And here comes her 5 minute introduction. You love making shit out there, Polly. You're black. Hmm.
flooded more. He and those that were previously doing businesses, and so they took it out of circulation. They said, okay, we can't have that movie out yet. We'll just release it when the morning wake up. And so now that we're awake, the movie is up. And in the movie, they clearly state who is the father of Mexico, who started Mexico. Because as you all know, no state, no nation, no country, nothing started everything today. So the channel is called Cult Cinema Classic. That's the channel on YouTube, Cult Cinema Classic. And they just titled the movie the 1954 film. The 1954 film the U.S. government didn't want you to see. Colorized, blacklisted movie. Okay? So if you have some time, watch the movie because it's going to tell you the story. Where corporate America, quote unquote, is concerned. So, you know, how it's going to reveal to you as your eyes become more open about where capitalism came from, fraudulent capitalism, by the way. And in this movie, in this particular portion of the movie, it's around minute 38 of the movie that they show this, or a little bit thereafter, around minute 38. The one who's doing business as Mexican in the movie, he's speaking to a modern European, and he's stating, you know, that this is his grandfather. Okay, the modern European came into his home and asked, "Who is that? Is that your grandfather?" And you know, so just take a moment and watch it. And I'm paraphrasing the script there a little bit, but you will see in the movie that they say that the land belonged to his grandfather. And that was before the modern Europeans came. So these kinds of movies are going to be coming out en masse, where you're going to start seeing, because our truth is out, the new era is here. And so the truth will no longer be hidden. Okay? So with that being stated, the last month, which was August, this past August, last month, that we just exited from, now we're at September, this last month had 2 full moons, and they were both super moons. One of the super moons, which was the first one, at the beginning of the month on August 1st, there was a super moon. That super moon was the closeout of the suppression, let me put it that way. And then the super moon at the end of August 2023 is the beginning of truth coming out en masse. So everywhere you look, you're going to see the things that were suppressed and supposedly hidden, and so on and so forth, about who we really open the meeting so we can talk and just have our congressional discussion about, and just catch up on some things that lots of meetings. This moment. Let's do a little bit up here so that we can discuss anything, any questions that you may have, any testaments that you want to state, anything of that nature. So okay, and so you can unmute yourself. Just check that out. Are there any questions, comments, or testaments of any kind, or anything that you have? Any demonstrations that you're doing? If you have questions about your demonstration or anything of that nature.
Islam,
Islam nobility.
no furniture with Miguel Elde, first time joining a meeting. Uh, Thank you for allowing me to be invited and watch.
Thank you for being here. We're so honored that you're here. We are honored that you're here. And if there are any other more who this is your first meeting, if you would *6 if you choose to *6 and just introduce yourselves and state what territory you are at. Um, Islam. State what territory that you're at, and we would love to hear from you. Islam. Thank you, nobility, for that.
She's honored because she has another
Islam,
cult member
go
to
ahead,
fuck up. She's gonna fuck up you.
Islam. Okay. Anyone else? Go ahead, nobility.
Yes. Brother Pharaoh Spike Hill from Virgin Land. I just want to say that, this last 30 days, some of the brothers in Virgin Land, we've been trying to move our movement further. And I just want to tell all the Moors that in Virgin Land that we've been doing things together. I just want to give all my thanks to you. And if there's any other brothers and sisters in Virgin Land, we need to at least talk and communicate with each other. So that's basically it. And I missed the conferences, and I've been doing all I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank everyone that's been helping. All the information that I've been getting, I appreciate it.
Thank you, nobility. That is Virginia, ancient Virginia, for those uh, who might be at that territory. If you would like to connect with our brother, uh, brother, do you want to leave maybe an email address so that they can connect with you there? Or
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. And I have a new phone, and I'm not able to move it around just yet.
An email is fine because this is going on the public record, and so an email is fine if you choose to do that.
Okay, so I can give you my email now. Just give it
Yes.
to you.
Yes.
Okay. It's jhgtg1957 @gmail.com.
Thank you. And so for those who are at Virginia territory, if you want to connect with our brother there, Brother Pharaoh, then feel free.
Yeah.
Oh, Islam. Glad to hear from you, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm so glad to hear about that you've been active and doing things over this last 30-day break that we had. This 30 days, a break.
And I wanted to give some what I would consider good news, but I want to say that everything is a process.
Yes.
Even good news is a process. So be looking for good news, but it's a process.
Yes. If you want to go ahead and tell that. No, what's the news that you had any that you wanted to?
Okay. I've been trying to push the delirium all over the earth. not just in America, because we have brothers and sisters in other areas that depending on us to make a stand so they can firmly make a stand. I'm doing I'm trying to get business started in Madagascar,
Beautiful.
and I'm having a problem with the delirium over there.
Mhm.
So what I'm doing, I'm sending documents on the
Yes.
delirium, um, and I'm also sending a threat that I will mean you.
Uh,
And
let's not use the word threat because we're not at war. Let's use the word notification. You're sending notification.
I'm sending notification. Yes.
Islam. We don't have to threaten anyone. Everyone knows who we are.
I, I, I appreciate you just giving me the word. Yes.
Islam.
Notification. Yes. I'm serving you notification that I haven't finished wording it because I don't just come up with it and put it out. You know, I have a team and we discuss it. You know, we all go over it and then we make decisions. So I appreciate even that process
Yeah.
because we learn more from each other. We learn more about what we're doing. And
Yeah.
and I'm trying to what I have over there. I have that Madagascan vanilla bean.
Yes.
Yes, okay, and also um, the goal there is reasonable,
Yes. Beautiful.
and I'm really looking into um, herbal and roots medicine.
Yes.
I have a team there that that been doing this for maybe 20 years.
Yeah.
So I was just I'm thinking if I could um, you know put all that together, manage it, and bring it to America, and that way
Indeed.
America, our people will be benefiting, and also we will be starting our people over there benefiting and nationalizing. That's my goal.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much for that. That is
Yeah.
absolutely 100% in alignment with what we've been doing over the last 30 days or so as well. And actually, from the very beginning, we've been doing things to to further the empire with regard to trade and exchange with other nations.
And I've been doing some research. There's a lot of services that we can use here in America that has been that have been turned away from the United States has turned away because because I don't know why why they would, but different areas I'm seeing that the French has a lot of control and the United States has a lot of control.
Islam. So, with regards to that, and we'll be talking about that more over the next 30, 60, 90 days as well. We did a couple of videos over the 30-day period during our adjournment, our brief adjournment, um, regarding the post office because the trade that has a lot to do with the trade and the stopping of things coming in and the resumption of things coming in. We, that is what a lot of that is about. And if you look back at the latest, the last video, not last, but the most recent video that we did, it talks about shipping. It talks about the bills of lading briefly, and it talks about and we showed the bid bond, payment bond, and action bond regarding shipping things in and out of our ports, our United States ports. Those other ports are not valid, so things cannot keep. They can't come through there. They're not real. And the whole earth knows that, you know. And so the acting and stuff is, we don't, you know. So everyone is getting ready, and it's already happening. That all of the things that come through our port are coming. They're coming through U.S. specifically, and we could show you the over the next few days. We'll show you the receipts for all of that. We've begun showing receipts for the things that we do. Uh, the port cities have been notified. The the port authorities, and when I say port cities, port authorities, and uh, port United States Customs and Border Protection and things of that nature, we're the head of all of that. We're just notifying the subjects that that the system rather. It's really not even really subjects, it's systems. We're notifying the system, and our subjects that are there are doing what subjects are to do in those positions. And it's not really their position; it's our position. So those things are manifesting. Look at that last video regarding shipping. You mentioned things coming in and out. We've already that stuff had to be bonded in order to come in. Things had to be bonded. It had to be properly bonded with gold and silver backing, and we've done that. We sent the gold to the Treasury, 660 trillion. We have the documentation. We got the receipts. We've shown that, and we'll continue to put those things forth. Islam Nobility. Thank you so much for that.
Islam. Thank you.
You still don't have
Anyone else? Anyone else wanting to make a statement? Yeah.
Islam?
Go ahead, Empress.
Islam?
Yes, go ahead, Empress Cynthia.
Empress Cynthia Bay here in Calipia territory. And welcome back. I missed you.
Thank you. I miss you too.
Thank you. I just wanted to say congratulations to our brothers and sisters over in the African continent from Gabon and Niger, who have recently won their independence from the occupying power there of the French. So it's like the beginning. The threads are coming apart around the earth, and to witness their freedom is pretty amazing to witness. So I just wanted to say that. And then also I wanted to share that my consul and I are still on the quest of trying to find property. And basically what we're seeing out there is we're looking for abandoned properties. Well, we're finding out that most of them are abandoned, and a lot of the ones a couple of them who are still there don't know that they're listed as abandoned. So it's kind of the wild west out there. And let's see something else here. And I don't know. And so a lot of then ones that are actually abandoned, they're in pretty poor shape. Still, and then also the ones that come onto the market that are beautiful and impeccable, that they've really been taken care of. They're on the market for just a hot second, because we start looking, toward doing our paperwork toward those properties, and I promised myself I didn't want to take anything from anyone. So I wanted it clean when I go in there and start my paperwork and my liens toward, the attainment of these properties. But anything that looks good and decent is gone in a second. And I'm a little suspicious if it's really the people themselves with what's going on with their economy in that system over there. And so I just wanted to give a little bit of report of what we're seeing out there in our hunt to find, the property for us. But lately, last night, it's been kind of frustrating. It has never been straightforward. It's always something, it's an obstacle. I decided I'm going to go back and try to get my original property. I know who the owner was. We built that house. I know who the owner was. I know the history of that place. And so it seems like it would be a lot easier than the other things that I'm seeing out there. I really don't want to throw anybody out of their home. So, but to try to find something that's empty and decent looking and clean, it's gone in a hot second. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. Islam.
Islam. Okay.
Islam.
Empress, let me say this about what you're seeing. What you are seeing with your eyes, and it is a statement about growth opportunities in your knowing who you are. And that goes for all of us. What I'm stating to you right now, Empress Cynthia, goes for all of us. The fact that, and this is not a criticism, please don't take it that way. It has been made known to us that we must speak on these things. When you see them go onto the market, and then you see them come off the market, if you think that it's off the market now because they said it's off the market, then that is a gauge about where you are in knowing who you are. Things going on to a fictitious market and coming off of a fictitious market, those domiciles have not moved. All that's happening is they are showing how the system works, okay, and then occupying until we come correctly to that place by way of the processes, okay. We must use the proper processes and know that our processes supersede anything that's going on. Now, the same thing, it's basically, and I'll just use this as an example, Empress Cynthia and everyone. For example, with the building down the street that we have proclaimed and we've demonstrated and done things regarding that building, we're actually being taken through the process step by step on properly being in the building. Okay, using our financial system and not a fake one. So the seeing things go onto the market and come off the market, go on and come off, that's not even real. Even if you see people moving in, that's not real. It's not real because you actually have to use lawful money, and then everything has to be legal. And when I say legal, I mean legal from our perspective because we're the government. Okay, and so my suggestion to all of you, because I'm taking my own suggestions first, is to just be patient and keep doing the documentation regarding those places. I can tell you that what we have seen, especially in the last month, we did about 2 or 3 videos last month during because we still worked throughout that whole time. We did take the time to rest and relax and spend some time with our clan here and things of that nature that we don't always get to do because our heart and our attention is with our nation. But my suggestion is to be patient and continue to do the processes. Why? Because the ancestors are giving step by step how to properly be in those places where no one can come and knock on the door with guns and badges and talk about putting anybody out. The only reason they were doing that is because the process is not needed. It is our will that the processes be honored. be done properly and honored using our money system. So again, when you see things go on and off the market, that's just them saying this is how the system works. When you do this, it will show that it's on the market. And when you do this, it will show that it's off the market. Okay? And then we look at those processes and say, okay, what process did they do to get it to show that it's on the market and get it to show that it's off the market? Well, some banks, quote unquote, sent documentation back and forth. Not one green note passed anybody's hand. Not one. Not one green note, fake debt note, passed hands. Not one. Even in the last era, that didn't happen. We didn't, when we, in our sleep, we purchased a domicile. When we purchased the domicile, we didn't carry a suitcase full of green debt notes into a bank to do anything. All we did was find documentation. We looked at things, we read it, and we signed. Just like, but then in order to even stay here in this domicile that we quote unquote purchased in our sleep, we still had to bond it. We had to lien. We had to levy. We had to. I'm telling you all, when you do those processes based on the most recent video that we did, when you do that for your domicile and then you bond it, and then you do the exchange using Delarium on the public record, watch that thing empty out and see those people get out of there. Because remember, Empress Cynthia, when we did the demonstration on the building down the street, there were quote-unquote occupants in there that had to get out of there because we did everything right up to that point. And once we stood on our square, regardless of being supposedly in a jail cell for 10 days, which to us, we were in court and we were fasting for 10 days. And you all know the story about that. We did a whole presentment, a video presentment that's still on our channel regarding the results of us standing and not capitulating to a previous dead system. So, yes, there were supposedly some actors in that building. How about they were out of there within 10 days or less, actually? Because we stood and continued to do what our ancestors have willed for us to do. So the processes that we're doing and we are sharing, we suggest that everyone do them for the properties. Pick one property and do a lien, a levy, and a bond on that. And then between you and another more, do everything that's necessary for a sovereign exchange, a commercial exchange to happen for that property. We did it for the building and there is no one in it. And right now, what's happening is the actors we've already shown you where they put our documents in red on the record, including the lien and everything. We showed that already. We're not going to say what it is right now. We're going to do it first and then say what it is. Islam Empress?
I just wanted to say, for the record, it is my nature to never give up.
Yeah.
My nature to learn until I understand the processes of what I'm doing, and I'm fearless in that way. I just need to know what I'm doing. I will continue to learn. I am so thankful for the recent uh, document and announcements that you have put out through our recess. Those have helped tremendously, and they're invaluable. So thank you for that. And I won't give up. I will continue to learn. I won't give up.
Empress
So,
Cynthia, I'm coming to see you. Just know that. At your new domicile, I'm coming to see you.
well, you will be welcome. There'll be plenty of room.
Yes, indeed.
Now, Simone,
Yes.
go down,
So
Cynthia. You're
now,
still.
so now, uh, let's continue because again, the ancestors are just processes. They're walking us through them. We see every time, and when we get to a certain point in the process, the ancestors will release things and show us that, okay, that part worked. Now let's go to this part. Now what's next? What do you do next? Because they're guiding us to complete government. We're already governing. We're already governing. We are the government. We've always been the government. Everything is now it's just let's continue with the processes. Just continue with the processes. Um, we can look at everything that we were looking at previously and see that that stuff is over. It's finished. It's done. You know. So let's just keep going. That see, the race is not given to the swift nor the strong, but to the one that endures. Simply because it's a process. Just like our brother said. I will say this too. Anything that you see in your demonstrations that you feel is an issue, it's there because it is actually an a, a solution to something that you said previously. It's a solution. It's not a problem, it's a solution. For example, we claimed the building and we could have claimed any other building and we have claimed other buildings as well. We're going to bond and take it through those processes as well. Same thing. Yes, it's paperwork, but government is paperwork. It's processes, and those processes must be done by the heirs, those who are the actual entitled ones to the estate. Okay, and so anything that you see as a solution, as an issue, is a solution to that you have willed into existence. Uh, when I showed you the red documents on the Federal Way website, because see, that's our website. Sorry. When I showed you the red documents on the Federal Way website, that is a manifestation of the work that we've been doing. That is a manifestation of the work that we've been doing. So what we do now is, because someone asked that question when I showed those documents, what do you do now? Well, what we do now is we issue a bond for that building, which we've not done yet. We must issue a bond for that building. But the only reason we haven't done it yet is because that one building is not the be all end all of our estate. So we're issuing bonds now for everything. The post office, the Universal Postal Union, everything. Everything. That's the whole earth. That's the whole earth. Why? Because every quote unquote address, and we'll call it an address because for us it's a living address, is in the trust of the Moors by way of that bond. Every address. So wherever mail is delivered, wherever mail is delivered at Earth is attached to that bond. That means that it's a part of our estate. So This is also a test of the patience and the peacefulness of the Moors, because it's easy, and this is again for everyone. Those who gave up after one lean, they did one lean, and that one lean didn't do what they wanted it to do because they hadn't finished the process. They just didn't know it. Everyone who gave up at that point, they're going to have to, because we're not leaving them behind even still. They're going to have to actually pull themselves together, pull their emotions together, and complete the process. Because see, even once we are in the buildings and things, once we are there, there's going to be other documentation and paperwork that has to be done. Utilities and stuff will be done before we get in it. It's already done, really. But as we continue to issue bonds and levies on things, because see, those are city, state, federal, and international. That's what that is. Bonds, levies, and things. That's something that is done by government, not individuals, government. And as the government, we must claim the whole estate. And I'm aware of that. That's why a building down the street, yeah, we know we have it already. We know every building is ours already. Every one. So now it's just about the processes. That's what this is about. The processes and also our spiritual development throughout while we do these processes. Patience is being tried, and, fear is being done away with. And, you know, do we love? Have we learned to love? Do we remember how to love? Even those that supposedly enacted putting handcuffs on our wrists and things. Do we love? That's what this is really about. Because again, the estate has been ours. It never was not ours. And the more I look at these blacklisted movies and things of that nature, they've been saying it all along. We just didn't see. But we can see now. Are there any other statements, demonstrations, questions, comments of any kind?
Islam Empress. This is Joe. I'm in the Phoenix territory.
What territory, Empress?
Phoenix, Arizona. I just wanted to say, Empress, thank you so much for all of your encouragement. This journey, I would say for myself, has definitely been eye-opening, just as it is teaching me to master fear, because fear and emotion, 9 times out of 10 always comes off of not having knowledge of certain things, not knowledge of thyself. So just, yes, ma'am. So just mastering myself and learning and being patient, because as the other Empress mentioned earlier, same thing with my consort and I, looking for our domicile and just properly staking claim on it. So just listening to you and your words and your wisdom and all that you've done for the nation is so appreciated.
Thank you, Empress. And I'm glad to hear your voice, by the way. I'm celebrating about Phoenix, Arizona territory because we have so much there. We have so much at Arizona territory.
The Phoenicians, oh my goodness.
Yes. Yes, and the Phoenix Rising and the Grand Canyon and all of that.
Yes.
Everyone knows that. They're just saying, come on, more, just get the process so you can just take all this stuff. Please take it because we're tired of it sitting here.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then as we're getting these things, the things cannot change us. We must change the things.
Islam, yes.
And that's what this is all about. That's what Thank you so much, Empress. It's
Islam,
great to hear your
Islam.
voice. And we send our highest honors to you and your story. Islam. Any other heirs? You all, we are so wealthy. It's just endless, endless wealth, endless, without end.
Islam,
Islam, Empress.
Grand Bay, and I'm glad to see that you are well.
Thank you, Empress.
I have a question.
Yes.
I've gotten as far as having my affidavit done. I have an autograph, and I just want to know how safe is it to allow another printing printer to print my affidavit out.
Empress, only when you feel comfortable doing it. That's the first answer. And the second part of that answer is this. You can have print out your documentation simply because of the fiduciary document.
Right.
The fiduciary document says that all letters, all numbers, all sounds, all signs, all sigils belong to the Moors.
Right.
All of them. And so where we are now is such that no one can take your documents and bundle them up and put them on the stock market. What stock market? Where you go? Where they can't do it.
Right.
It cannot be done.
Because I do think about things that the printer, their printer, any printer will store. They store them.
Even if they stored it, Empress, even if they did, the equipment don't even belong to them.
Okay.
Slap a lien on it before you do it.
Oh,
And then slap a lien. And that's why we have stated from the very beginning, Empress, that we put liens on everything before we make a move. We lien and levy, and now we lien, levy, and bond everything before we make any moves on anything.
okay.
You own that equipment already, Empress. It's your equipment. So again, that's why they're called services or servants. Okay? Because all they were doing was occupying that stuff until we came and did what we're doing now. It's not their stuff. They know it. They didn't come here with printers from Europe. They didn't. No one came here from anywhere with anything. And listen to this. Even if they had come, and when I say they, we're talking about the corporations. Even if the corporations had come here from there with printers and paper and all of that, any supplies and things, over there is ours too. Justice Consul is proof of that. So we used to worry about contracts of adhesion and things of that nature, but because of the work that's been being done, the bonds that have been issued, the bonds lock out any debt or anyone trying to claim anything. They're locked out. They can't claim. No fraud can claim anything.
Right.
It's our job now to just do the processes that say that we know they can't claim it. And it's really not about them. It's about us knowing that we can claim and use everything on our name.
And I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about us, Empress. It's always been about us, and it's about our ability to peacefully govern everything that has to do with us. And do it in a way that keeps the peace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate the answers.
Yes, Empress. And I appreciate your demonstration. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are one.
Is your email the same?
Yes, yes. The government at gmail.com. Yes.
Right. All right. Is it possible that you could look over something that I've done and give me your opinion about it?
Empress, generally I don't do that simply because I used to do it. But I don't do it anymore simply because when you write something, I don't have the authority within my individual self to say this and that, this and that. You know, it is when we write from our spirit. You're writing from your spirit.
As soon as it came out of my mouth.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And so when you write, this is also a lesson for all of us in standing on what we know.
Right.
I can tell you without looking at what you did, that is correct.
All right.
Why can I say that? Why can I say that? I can say that, Empress, because you even bothered to ask. You want to know if what you did was right. I know it was. The ancestors honor our intention. It is your intention to state who you really are. That's how I know it's right.
All right. Well, thank you, ma'am, because I'm just ready. Right. I'm just getting ready to just go ahead and finish it out.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. You know. And Empress, know this, when you demonstrate what you've done, always just wait until your spirit feels comfortable doing it. Because you feel comfortable already. Even as you were writing it, you felt comfortable. And I know that from personal, my own experience of writing things out. If there's any doubt about what you've done, just look over it again, and the spirit is going to say, okay, put a period here, cross this T, dot this I. And as many times as you look over it, the spirit will continue to affirm that what you're doing is right, and they will, what we call they will just finesse it in areas until you feel comfortable. That's what the spirit does. You're writing things, and sometimes if we put a little ego, little too much more energy or something in a particular place, when we read it again, the ancestors will say, okay, that part right here. That. So you can't go wrong.
It's yeah. Thanks.
Watch, read it again, Empress, and watch how many things you see where the ancestors will say, okay, change this, change that, change this, change that. And then just demonstrate what you've done. See, Empress, you're very powerful.
Over 40 pages.
Yes.
If I did it twice, I think that was good. I'm not no spring chicken.
There you go.
But
you just said it. You said, I think that was good. Reaffirm.
Yes. It's like, it is. That's me.
Yeah.
And understand that.
Yes.
That literally, that is me on that paper.
Yes. We affirm that that's you, and guess what? You're not even on the paper by yourself.
Oh, doing that.
That ancestral energy is right there, and that's in all of us.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Indeed, Empress.
Thank
you for the 40-something, because, we know about them 40-something, 50-something, documents and the things that we wrote 6-7 years ago are now coming back up as proper.
Okay, guys, I'm going to have to cut it out. My computer's just about ready to die.
Now, when you put it all together, the ancestors are saying, we were with you the whole